Is the Philippines worth it in 2026? You've probably seen my series on whether different parts of the Philippines are worth going to. Some definitely were. Some, honestly, you can pass on. And making that series forced me to sit with the question, why are so many people choosing to look to spend their money's worth somewhere else? Tourism numbers have been declining and it's been making headlines everywhere, which now leads to an additional question. Not only am I trying to figure out why people are leaving, but also, why did I choose here? On this trip, I went to Manila, Bohol, Cebu, Palawan, Boracay, and Iloilo. And what stood out to me wasn't just how different these places look, it was also how different they felt. Manila is dense, a little chaotic, but a place full of history and city life. It is Philippines' concrete jungle. Bohol feels almost unreal, like nature was just trying to show off with some of the most unique nature experiences I've seen. Cebu, hosting both city life and some of the most beautiful landscapes in the country. Palawan is what people imagine when they think of island paradise with clear water, coral reefs, and island hopping. Boracay is maximally island tourism, water activities, food experiences, and beach resorts. And Iloilo, it is quieter and it has amazing seafood, underrated islands, and underrated gems in the province. That's when something clicked for me. The Philippines isn't really just one destination, it's many different worlds layered on top of each other. People talk about regionalism here like it's a problem, and I get why, and in some aspects it certainly is. But we can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. It's also what makes this country special. Each island has its own food, culture, rhythm, and social experiences. Traveling here doesn't just feel like moving in between cities. It's like a whole different country on each island, with an almost infinite amount of experiences that are bound to fit your desires. But then there's a conversation about price. Yes, the Philippines has a lower cost of living compared to the West, but let's be honest, prices have gone up, especially in places that are heavily tourist driven. Places like Boracay, Palawan, Siargao. So much so that even Filipinos talk about how unaffordable it's becoming to visit places in their own country. And that demand is part of why people have started substituting the Philippines for other countries altogether. But here's what I realized. The essence of these places isn't exclusive to their names. Siargao, for example, is famous for surfing, but surfing also exists in places like La Union and Aurora. Island beauty isn't limited to the same handful of destinations. It's actually spread across hundreds of islands, often cheaper and quieter, and even more connected to the people who actually live there. When you start traveling with this mindset, you realize that you don't necessarily need to substitute the Philippines for another country. You can easily find some other place in the Philippines. It's part of the reasons why I love Iloilo. Not just because I have family and friends here, but because it showed me I didn't really need to go to Siargao to feel like I was missing out. I found much of what I was looking for in places people don't usually expect. So is the Philippines still worth going to in 2026? I think it is, because sometimes the most meaningful experiences aren't in the places everyone is talking about. They're in the ones quietly waiting for you to look a little deeper.